The NFC West is coming down to a battle, right? It is going to probably come down to week 18 at the end of the day. The Seahawks currently are in first place with 8 wins. The Rams are in second place with 7 wins. The Cardinals and the 49ers both are in third place, tied for third place with 6 wins. Still a very, very close range, but I feel like it is going to come down to the Rams and the Seahawks because they're starting to pull away a little bit, right? The Rams' remaining games are at the 49ers, at the Jets, Cardinals, and Seahawks. The Rams, and then the Seahawks' remaining schedule is the Packers, Vikings, at the Bears, and then at the Rams. The Rams have already beaten the Seahawks once this season. So when we look at the NFC West, who is going to win the division? I think it's a 2-horse race, right? Just like I said, I think it's a 2-horse race between the Seahawks and the Rams. Seahawks have 8 wins. Rams have 7 wins. Rams right now have the head-to-head tiebreaker. So therefore, if the Rams win one more game than the Seahawks, they're tied, say 10 wins apiece, bada bing, bada boom, the Rams are into the playoffs. So basically, can the Rams win one more game than the Seahawks? That with the remaining 4, that is the question. So like I said, the Seahawks play the Packers this week. Lucky for them, it is at home. That's probably a loss. Packers are mad. They've had a 10-day rest. They are mad. They want to bounce back. Jordan Love wants to put up 5-6 tutties. Let's just be honest. And then they play the Vikings the following week. Laura, which team's going to have your heartstrings more, the Seahawks or the Vikings? I think the Vikings are going to win that game too. So right off the bat, Seahawks are down 2 games. And then I think they beat the Bears in that third week. Gives the week 18 matchup versus the Rams. So the question is, can the Rams win the next 3 games to make it a default tiebreaker come week 18? They play at the 49ers on Thursday. I think they're going to win that game. Then they're at the New York Jets. Guys, we have spoke on it many, many times. Traveling from coast to coast, it is tough. It is very, very tough. I do not know if that is a 1 o'clock game. Let me look that up because that is going to be big. It is a 1 o'clock game. So it is a 1 o'clock game traveling from West Coast to the East Coast, 10 o'clock in their head. It's going to be a tough game, but I think the Rams pull it out. But then they're at home versus a decent Arizona Cardinals team. Cardinals have been struggling as of late, right? They've lost 2 games in a row, but I think the Rams do win this game. So it is going to come down to week 18, head-to-head tiebreaker. Seahawks taking on the Rams. And it is at LA. And I think the Rams beat the Seahawks head-to-head again. And I think the Rams ultimately win the NFC West. I think the Rams are going to win the West. So who do you guys think? Who do you think is going to win the NFC West? I think it is the Rams. And I think Laura says it is the Rams. And Mark D says it is the Rams. Right? It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. But Hunter says Seattle has an elite defense. Seattle has a decent defense. Yes, I wouldn't call them elite. I would call them decent. But their running game is what really makes that engine tick, right? It's not Tyler Lockett from the Kansas State University right there, alum Navy. It's not DK Metcalf. It is not Najibba. It's not Geno Smith. It's Charbonnet and it's Kenneth Walker III. Their running game is what's going to keep them up and out, right? Kenneth Walker III is out. Charbonnet is picking up the slack a little bit, but can he do it for the rest of the season? John says the Rams all day. Stafford is on fire. Stafford played great against the Buffalo Bills. Let's just be honest. Can he maintain that? He is 36 years old. That's the real question, but I think you're right. Rams are going to do it, right? Seahawks are Seasickens, says Gems, are not Bosworth Seasickens anymore. They ain't even Richard Sherman or Richard Seymour's Hawks anymore. I thought they were NFL Europe. They are decent, but they're not great, right? They're not decent. Laura says, as much as I want the Seahawks to make it, they aren't getting away with the win from the Vikings. And Hunter says the Vikings have seriously knocked the Lions out of first seed. We will see if the Bills can beat the Lions. All of a sudden, we are tied coming down to week 18, right? And Hunter's saying the Rams. Alpha Rob's saying the Rams, and he says Hunter's also saying I don't trust Geno. honestly, I probably wouldn't trust Geno either. Geno Smith is just an average quarterback, right? If the Broncos can play the Texans in the first round, we could easily sneak in the AFC Championship. Slow it down, baby. Slow it down. We'll be talking about your Broncos there, Ty. Slow it down, baby. Josh Olsen says the Seahawks are one game ahead of the Rams right now and leading the division. Even though the Seahawks have slightly tougher schedule remaining, I still think the Seahawks win the division. And Josh, you are correct. They do have a one-game lead, right? One-game lead in the win column, but it's actually only a half a game because the Rams hold the head-to-head tiebreaker, right? Playing the Packers and the Vikings back-to-back weeks sucks. Hell, playing the Bears those 3 weeks sucks, right? The Bears are not a terrible team. They're improving. They kind of got humiliated by the San Francisco 49ers last Sunday, but they're still improving. I think it's going to come down to week 18, Josh. I think it is going to come down to week 18, 100%. So my